Judas and the Black Messiah, possibly the coolest film title of the year. My review is coming up. Hey guys, welcome to Marcus Loves Movies. My name is Marcus Lee, and today we're talking about Judas and the Black Messiah, a brand new film directed by Shaka King, which up front I'll say I think it's definitely worth a watch. At the start, I always like to give you a little plot outline. So the plot outline for this film is as follows. Offered a plea deal by the FBI, William O'Neill infiltrates the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party to gather intelligence on Chairman Fred Hampton. The movie stars Daniel Kaluuya, Lakeith Stanfield, Jesse Plemons, Dominique Fishback, and Martin Sheen. So essentially what we have is an informant movie where someone has to go undercover into a criminal organization and find out all about the powers that run that organization and get information for the police in the hope that they will eventually be taken down. And I like an informant movie. It makes me think of things like The Departed and Donnie Brasco. I love those sorts of films. So that's what we have here. So our informant here is a man called William O'Neill, who is a petty thief. He steals, he robs cars, but he often uses a police badge to do that because people think, okay, he's police and he's impounding a car. So we go along with what he's saying. So William O'Neill is caught, and then the police say, hey, there are two terrible things you've done here. You know, 18 months for stealing a car and 5 years for impersonating a police officer, which I think they're a bit backwards anyway, but there you go. Apparently pretending to be police is the worst thing in the world. That's another talking point for you in the comments. But yeah, the FBI decide, look, you can either go undercover or we'll send you to prison, and you can go undercover to infiltrate the Black Panther organization and get close to Fred Hampton, the leader of that organization. And that is where our movie kicks off. And I think the introduction is really strong. So let's go into the review. So I'm going to tell you about the good and the bad, the things I really liked and the things I really disliked. So we're going to start off with the good, and the good is really positive because I really enjoyed this movie. I really like this movie. It's great because it's got a really good script. I think the story is told really well. It's constantly engaging. You're really interested. You really get involved with the characters and the incidents, and you're gripped for 2 hours. It's based on a true story, and whenever there's a true story, or the film says it's based on true events, so the filmmakers also always have to take a little bit of creative license, so you're not sure if that incident happened exactly as the filmmakers say it has, but nevertheless the story is really good, and it's a good script. The cast in this movie are all on their A game, so a few actors that I want to mention specifically. So, well, the lead really, so Daniel Kaluuya, who plays Fred Hampton, the leader of the Black Panthers. Daniel Kaluuya is a British actor playing an American person. And whenever I hear British actors doing the American accent, I'm always listening out for, is there any Britishness slipping through? Does their accent seem genuine? And I wasn't sure about the accent, but then a few minutes in, I'm thinking, well, why am I trying to listen out for the accent? Marcus, just enjoy the flipping film. And Daniel Kaluuya is brilliant. He's playing a young man who was a really strong leader of his time. He was very calm, very cool, very collected, had to negotiate with a lot of people, had to go to some real dark places in his life, had some real hardships, but Kaluuya portrays that amazingly. It's fantastic. Lakeith Stanfield is the undercover informant, William O'Neill. And again, he's really good. He's this conflicted character. We essentially start the film with him. So we see his journey. Then he has to get into the Black Panthers and get on the good side of Fred Hampton and his friends. And one of the really good things about Stanfield's performance is we're constantly trying to guess whether he is okay with being in the Black Panthers, whether he's really scared of being there, or whether he's whether he's warming to them, or whether he just really wants to get out of there. So we've constantly got this thing of thinking, you know, what side is he on? And then Jesse Plemons, who plays the FBI agent Roy Mitchell. Jesse Plemons is an actor that I properly noticed him in Breaking Bad. He plays Todd. Oof, Todd. You know, and Jesse Plemons, although I'm sure he's a lovely guy in real life, he does have a face that screams bad guy that you can't trust, because those are lots of the roles that I've seen him in, so you might almost typecast him a little bit. But in this, his FBI agent, he's a guy where you start off not really liking him, but then you also slightly like him a little bit, and then you might turn again and you're never sure with him as well. And it's a really good thing when you've got these actors who you fully believe. You like parts of them and you don't like parts of them, and overall for lots of people in the cast, but those three especially, you are completely in their shoes. So it's a great thing when you can watch characters on screen, and instead of just watching them do their thing, you fully believe all of their stories. You can put yourselves in any of their shoes and really feel where they're coming from. So that's, testament to a great cast. Martin Sheen is also in it, and we all love Martin Sheen. And in this, he plays J. Edgar Hoover, who's the head of the FBI, and he's not a likable character, but Martin Sheen plays it well. But that's a testament to him being a really good actor. There's a little exchange that I really liked, going back to Stansfield and Plemons, who play O'Neill and Mitchell. Couldn't even my names today. I'm doing quite good here. And they've got a little exchange where they're both in their sort of, O'Neill's undercover and Jesse Plemons, Mitchell sneaks in somewhere, and they're both having this look at each other in this church setting, and they're both essentially playing these false roles, and they have this really great silent exchange, and silence, a bit of vocals in it, but they have this really great exchange, and I just, little things like that I think the film does really well. It does that really good. Things that I don't like about the film. The thing that I didn't like about the film is that it reminded me of the injustices that still go on in the world today. The injustices that are carried out by the police and the government, where essentially police and government can act like criminals. They arrest people for doing the same things that they do, but they have a badge. They burn things out when they don't agree with them. They attack people. They beat people. They commit acts of violence. They lock people away for the smallest of things, or things that aren't real crimes. And that was happening 50, 60 years ago, and it's still happening today. The world has changed a lot. The world has moved forwards a lot in terms of civil rights, in terms of equality, but at the same time, you also see that some things just aren't changing, some things haven't changed. And that is what the film reminded me of. Other than that, there's not a lot that I can find that I disliked in the film. So the film just reminded me of what the world is really like. Obviously, I know what the world is really like, but it just shone a light on what things were like in the late 60s, around the time of that civil rights movement. And it makes you think about how police, how black people are perceived and treated in the modern age, and you wonder how much has changed. So really good film all around. And it, if you don't know much about the Black Panther movement or the lives of the people that are in this film, I encourage you to Google them, do your research, because there's things that happen in the film that I don't want to say in this review because that might seem like spoilers. So please go watch the film, but also, jump on Google and read about them. There's a little link. In this film, they make a reference to a man called Bobby Seale, which is a man who had some affiliation with the Black Panthers, and Bobby Seale also pops up in a film called The Trial of the Chicago 7, which I also reviewed a few months ago. I might put a little ticket somewhere so you can review that. Go check out that review as well. So links to that event, and Trial of Chicago 7 covered that. Trial of the Chicago 7 is a really good film looking at historical events. I feel like this is a better film, and I know that I shouldn't be pitting those two films against each other, but I feel like this is a really good film. So overall, I've got to be honest and say, I think this is one of the best films that I've seen of this year so far. That means I liked it. So my official Marcus Loves Movies rating for Judas and the Black Messiah is, here we go, 5 stars. So those are my thoughts about Judas and the Black Messiah. Can I say, if I've not said it already, shout out to Shaka King, the director. I thought this film was absolutely brilliant, and I'm looking forward to see what he does next. I think it's great, but I'm interested to find out what you think of the film if you've already seen it. Did you really respect Judas and the Black Messiah, or did you think this film was a little bit dire? Do you think this film is more than worthy of great applause, or are you thinking, why should this be up for any awards? Please let me know what you think. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you like movie reviews, movie chat, trailer reactions, anything movie related, can I encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I make my best attempt at doing all of that good stuff here. Please leave a comment, let us know what you think. Thank you for watching this review. Please subscribe, stay tuned for the next video, and I will catch up with you again soon. So until then, take care, peace.